Have you ever woken up feeling stiff, foggy, or simply not yourself, wondering if this is just what aging feels like? At 94 years young, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to accept that reality. In this video, I'm sharing the 5 simple morning practices that have kept me thriving, maintaining my own home, tending my garden, and living independently without aches or medications. These aren't complicated routines or expensive gimmicks. They're practical habits any woman can start tomorrow to reclaim energy, clarity, and strength. Stay until the end to discover how these small, powerful choices transformed my life and my friends' lives, helping one abandon her walking aid, another banish headaches, and me feel sharper and stronger than I did decades ago, because you deserve to feel vibrant, and this video will show you exactly how to make it happen. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. The life-changing glass of water. How do you start your day? For decades, my mornings mirrored those of countless women my age. I'd wake up with stiff joints, shuffle groggily to the kitchen, pour a steaming cup of coffee, and hope the mental fog would dissipate by midday. That persistent cloudiness, the aching stiffness, the overwhelming sense of heaviness. I assumed, like many, that these were simply the inevitable signs of aging. But at 75, I uncovered a startling truth. These weren't symptoms of growing older. They were the subtle, insidious effects of dehydration quietly undermining my mornings and, by extension, my entire day. The realization came during a challenging year marked by dizzy spells, swollen fingers, and knee pain so intense it greeted me before I even stepped out of bed. My doctor attributed these issues to the normal wear and tear of being in my 70s, but I refused to accept that explanation as the full story. Driven by curiosity and a determination to feel better, I dove into research and consultations, unearthing a simple yet profound fact. Overnight, through breathing and skin evaporation, the average adult loses nearly a liter of water, equivalent to about 4 cups. Yet, what do most of us reach for first thing in the morning? Coffee, a diuretic that pulls even more water from our already depleted systems. It's akin to trying to run a car engine without oil, setting ourselves up for a day of sluggishness and discomfort. Scientific studies, including research from Johns Hopkins, underscore the seriousness of even mild dehydration, particularly for those over 65. Dehydration can impair brain function by more than 25%, leading to difficulties with focus, memory, and decision-making. It also increases systemic inflammation, which exacerbates joint pain, accelerates brain aging, and contributes to a host of other ailments. This discovery was a revelation, prompting me to adopt a practice that has become a non-negotiable cornerstone of my daily routine for nearly 2 decades. Here's exactly what I do. Each night before bed, I prepare a 16-ounce glass of room-temperature water, adding just a pinch of natural sea salt. Not processed table salt or flavored additives, but mineral-rich sea salt packed with trace elements like magnesium and potassium. When I wake, before coffee, breakfast, or even a morning conversation, I drink the entire glass slowly and deliberately. This 30-second ritual has reshaped how I experience my days. Within just a few days of starting, I noticed my knees moved with greater ease, the puffiness in my hands subsided, and my mental clarity returned well before 8 a.m. The transformation was undeniable. Why the salt? It's not just a quirky addition. Your body relies on electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and others, to facilitate water absorption at the cellular level. After 8 hours of fasting and fluid loss during sleep, a small amount of mineral-rich salt enhances osmotic absorption, allowing your cells to rehydrate efficiently and restore balance swiftly. For those who find plain water unpalatable first thing in the morning, I occasionally add a small squeeze of fresh lemon for flavor. No sugar, honey, or juice, as sweet additives trigger an insulin response that disrupts the body's natural metabolic reset. This practice isn't just my story, it's changed lives around me. My dear friend Rose, an 82-year-old neighbor, battled daily headaches and occasional dizzy spells for years. Her doctor prescribed blood pressure medication, but the symptoms persisted. When I shared my water ritual with her, she chuckled, dismissing it as too simple to make a difference. But she gave it a try. 3 days later, her headaches disappeared. A week later, she called me, her voice brimming with excitement. I stood up this morning without grabbing the wall for balance. It's not magic. It's biology. Our bodies wake up thirsty, and when we ignore that need, they respond with fatigue, pain, and mental fog. You deserve mornings filled with energy and clarity. You deserve to feel vibrant from the moment you rise. Start tomorrow with this simple act. Tonight, before bed, fill a 16-ounce glass with water, add a pinch of sea salt, and place it by your bedside. Make it inviting. Use a beautiful glass, add a slice of lemon if you like. In the morning, before anything else, drink deeply. It's one small, loving gesture for your body, and it will reward you with vitality in return. 2. Morning light. Nature's reset button. Do you remember mornings when the world felt fresh and alive, when sunlight streaming through your curtains filled you with eagerness to embrace the day? I do. But I also remember when that spark faded. By my mid-70s, despite a consistent sleep schedule, bed by 10 p.m., up by 6 a.m., I began waking up exhausted, as if I were watching the world come alive without me. I'd sit with my coffee, feeling disconnected, like a spectator in my own life. Then, a simple question from my granddaughter shifted everything. "Grandma, why don't you sit on the porch in the mornings anymore?" Her words struck a chord. I used to cherish those early moments outside, the soft light, the quiet hum of nature, the chorus of birds. Somewhere along the way, I'd abandoned that ritual, consumed by busyness, fatigue, or distraction. I hadn't realized how much I'd lost until I rediscovered it. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Here's a critical truth every woman over 60 should know. Your body operates on a circadian rhythm, an internal clock that governs far more than sleep. This rhythm regulates over 150 physiological processes, including hormone production, digestion, immune function, mood, and even the body's overnight repair mechanisms. But this clock requires a daily reset, and the most powerful signal for that reset is natural morning sunlight. Not artificial indoor lights, not lamps, but the real outdoor light of dawn. Research from Stanford University and the University of Colorado highlights the profound impact of morning sunlight. Just 10 to 15 minutes of exposure boosts serotonin, the brain's feel-good neurotransmitter, by over 40%. This surge enhances mood, sharpens focus, and fosters a sense of connection to the world. Simultaneously, morning light signals your brain to halt melatonin production, helping you wake naturally while priming your body for restful sleep later in the evening. Beyond sleep and mood, serotonin influences appetite, digestion, and even social engagement, making it a cornerstone of overall well-being. At 77, feeling low and missing that vibrant morning energy, I return to my porch ritual. Here's my practice, which I invite you to try. Within 30 minutes of waking, I step outside, sometimes with a cup of tea, just to breathe. I stand or sit quietly for 10 to 15 minutes, without sunglasses or regular glasses if possible, allowing natural light to enter my eyes. This is key. Specialized retinal receptors in your eyes detect light and send signals to your brain to reset your circadian rhythm. Skin exposure alone isn't enough. The light must reach your eyes. Without this signal, your body lingers in a kind of sleep mode, leaving you groggy and out of sync all day. Artificial lights and indoor windows, even bright ones, lack the full spectrum of natural light needed for this reset. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is sufficiently potent. In cold or rainy weather, I bundle up or stand under my covered porch, ensuring I still get that exposure. My friend Helen, 81, struggled with chronic insomnia for years, trying everything from melatonin supplements to prescription sleep aids with little success. When I shared my sunlight practice, she was skeptical. "Sitting on the porch won't fix my sleep." But she committed to a week of trying it. By Friday, she called, astonished. "I fell asleep at 9:30 p.m. and didn't wake until 6 a.m. I haven't done that in a decade." She now takes her morning coffee outside daily, calling it the highlight of her day. Society often pushes us to stay busy, stay productive, stay indoors. But our bodies crave nature's rhythms, and we're never too old to reconnect with them. Tomorrow, open your door, step outside for just 10 minutes, and let the morning light wash over your face and eyes. It's not just light, it's a lifeline to vitality. Listen closely, and you may hear your body whisper, "Thank you." 3. 4 minutes to mental sharpness. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there, or stood at the fridge, puzzled about what you needed? I have, and when those moments became frequent in my late 70s, they sparked fear. As women, we carry an immense mental load: names, dates, memories, tasks, and when those small slips pile up, it can feel like we're losing something precious. But here's the reassuring truth. Your brain isn't broken. It's simply underutilized in the wrong way at the wrong time. In my late 70s, I discovered a 4-minute morning practice that dispelled my worries and sharpened my mind, and I've done it daily since turning 70. Scientists call the early morning a plastic state for your brain, a unique window when it's primed to form new neural connections. During this time, your brain produces elevated levels of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a natural fertilizer that promotes neuron growth, strengthens connections, and supports repair. This window is fleeting, lasting only briefly after waking. Miss it, and the opportunity closes. Use it intentionally, and you can enhance memory, clarity, and resilience against cognitive decline. Unfortunately, most of us squander this window. We scroll through phones, watch the news, or sit with swirling worries. What if, instead, you gave your brain 4 minutes of purposeful, joyful engagement? I call it my morning mind tune-up, and it's transformed how I navigate my days. Here's how it works. Minute 1. Simple math. I solve a few basic math problems, like 23 plus 18 or 5 by 6. Nothing complex, just enough to require focus. This activates and strengthens memory pathways in the brain, keeping them nimble. Minute 2. New words. I learn 4 new words, often from a book, a vocabulary calendar, or a word of the day list. I say them aloud and use one in a sentence. This engages the language centers of the brain, boosting verbal fluency and recall. Minute 3. Visualization. I close my eyes and picture my day unfolding, moving through my morning with calm, strength, and joy, visualizing small successes like completing a task or sharing a laugh. This enhances executive function and builds emotional resilience. Minute 4. Reflection. I spend a moment reflecting on something I'm grateful for, tying it to a specific memory or feeling. This reinforces positive neural pathways and sets a hopeful tone for the day. This 4-minute practice, done right after my glass of water, has become a lifeline. The mental slips that once frightened me have diminished, and I feel sharper and more present. Studies like those from the National Institute on Aging show that consistent, brief cognitive exercises in the morning can improve memory retention and processing speed by up to 20% in older adults. My friend Margaret, 79, noticed her memory lapses were affecting her confidence. After adopting this practice, she shared, "I remembered every item on my grocery list without checking it. First time in years." It's not about becoming a genius. It's about giving your brain the daily care it craves. You deserve a mind that feels sharp and capable. Tomorrow, after your water and sunlight, take 4 minutes to tune up your brain. Keep it simple, keep it joyful, and watch how it transforms your days. Your mind is ready to thrive. You just need to give it the chance. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5 sacred morning habits to reclaim your vitality. A journey to strength, clarity, and joy. At 94 years young, I've learned a truth that hums quietly beneath the noise of life. How you begin your morning shapes the rest of your day, your week, and ultimately, your life. These aren't grand, sweeping changes that demand hours of effort or expensive tools. They're simple, gentle practices, 5 of them to be exact, that take just a few minutes but ripple outward, transforming how you move, think, and feel. Each one is a small act of self-respect, a way to honor the remarkable body and mind you've carried through decades. Let me walk you through these 5 habits, share the stories that brought them to life, and show you why they matter so deeply. Tomorrow morning, you can start with just one, and I promise, your body will thank you. 1. Begin with water, the elixir of awakening. Before your feet touch the floor, before the coffee brews or the world calls, reach for a glass of water. Not a sip, not a gulp, but a full 8 to 12 ounces, sipped slowly, with intention. It's the simplest act, yet it's the spark that wakes your body from its nightly fast. After hours of sleep, your cells are parched, your blood is sluggish, and your brain is quietly craving hydration to fire up its synapses. Dehydration, even mild, can leave you foggy, tired, and achy, symptoms we too often mistake for just getting older. But it's not age, it's neglect of this fundamental need. I keep a glass carafe on my nightstand, filled each evening, so it's the first thing I see when I wake. The cool water feels like a gentle wave washing over my insides, clearing the cobwebs from my mind and softening the stiffness in my joints. Research backs this up. A 2016 study in the Journal of Nutrition found that even 1 to 2% dehydration in older adults impairs cognitive function, mood, and physical performance. For me, this habit became a game changer when I noticed I no longer needed that mid-morning nap. My energy felt steady, my focus sharper. My neighbor Clara, 82, used to wake up with headaches and a heavy feeling she couldn't shake. She thought it was just part of aging until I shared this habit with her. Now, she starts her day with a glass of water infused with a slice of lemon, sipped while she watches the sunrise from her porch. It's like my body says, "Good morning, I'm ready," she told me. Clara's headaches are gone, and she swears her skin looks brighter too. Tomorrow, before you rush to the kitchen or check your phone, pause. Fill a glass with water, maybe add a pinch of sea salt for electrolytes if your doctor approves. Sip it slowly, imagining it nourishing every cell, from your heart to your brain to your toes. It's not just water, it's the first gift you give yourself each day. 2. Bask in morning light, nature's reset button. Step outside, even for 5 minutes, and let the morning light kiss your face. This isn't about exercise or forcing yourself to be productive. It's about letting the soft glow of dawn recalibrate your body's internal clock, lift your mood, and sharpen your mind. Sunlight in the morning tells your brain to stop producing melatonin, the sleep hormone, and start releasing serotonin, the feel-good chemical that sets you up for a vibrant day. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show that morning light exposure improves sleep quality, reduces depression, and even enhances memory in older adults. I live in a small apartment with a balcony, and every morning I shuffle out in my slippers, coffee mug in hand, to stand in the sunlight. The warmth on my cheeks feels like a hug from the universe, and the colors of the sky, pink, gold, or soft gray, remind me I'm part of something alive and beautiful. This habit saved me during a tough winter when I felt low and sluggish. 5 minutes of morning light became my anchor, pulling me back to hope. My friend Harold, 79, used to spend his mornings indoors, glued to the news, feeling anxious before the day even began. I invited him to join me for a sunrise sip on my balcony. Now, he steps onto his patio each morning, breathing deeply as the light washes over him. He says his sleep is deeper, his mood lighter, and he's even started noticing birds he never paid attention to before. If stepping outside feels daunting, open a window and sit by it. If mobility is a challenge, ask a loved one to wheel you to a sunny spot. Even on cloudy days, natural light works its magic. Tomorrow, give yourself 5 minutes to soak it in. Your body will feel the difference, and your soul will too. 3. 4 minutes to nurture your mind's garden. 4 minutes. That's all it takes to tend to your mind, your most powerful organ, and reclaim the clarity and confidence that time sometimes steals. I used to forget names at church, fumble for words in conversations, and feel a quiet dread about the days ahead. But now I recall people I met years ago, who speak with ease, and step into each day with purpose. The secret: a simple, gentle practice that requires no apps, no puzzles, no costly subscriptions. Just a notepad, a quiet corner, and 4 minutes of loving attention. Each morning, I sit by my breakfast chair with a small journal, my morning brain garden. I write one thing I'm grateful for, one memory from my past, and one thing I'm looking forward to today. It's not about perfect prose. It's about planting seeds of joy, connection, and intention. For example, I might write, "Grateful for the smell of coffee. I remember dancing with my husband at our 50th anniversary. Today, I'm excited to call my granddaughter." This practice, inspired by cognitive research on gratitude and memory, strengthens neural pathways, boosts mood, and sharpens recall. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that daily gratitude writing in older adults improved memory and reduced anxiety. My friend Margaret, 88, is proof of its power. After a hip replacement, she couldn't do physical therapy for weeks, but she kept up her 4-minute journal. Her doctor was astonished at her mental clarity, saying her recovery was unusually strong for her age. She told me, "Writing those few lines each morning reminded me I was still here, still me." You don't need a fancy journal. A scrap of paper will do. If writing feels hard, speak your thoughts aloud or share them with a friend. The act of reflecting, of tending to your mind, builds a garden of clarity and joy that blooms over time. Tomorrow, take 4 minutes before the world's demands creep in. Plant something small. You're not losing your memory. You're reclaiming it, one gentle minute at a time. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 4. 7 minutes of sacred movement to honor your body. Mobility isn't about chasing youth or vanity. It's about dignity, the ability to rise from a chair without wincing, bend to tie your shoes without fear, or walk through your garden with confidence. Not every 80-year-old can do that, but you can, with a 7-minute mobility sequence designed for your body's wisdom, not against it. This isn't about the stretches you did in your 40s or the yoga VHS tapes collecting dust in your closet. As we age, our joints lose moisture, our connective tissues stiffen, and our spines become more sensitive to twists and pressure. The wrong movements can cause micro-tears or inflammation, but the right ones, gentle, purposeful, and biology-respecting, can keep you strong and independent. I learned this the hard way. At 86, I started feeling pinches in my lower back. Getting up from the couch was a struggle, and one morning, I nearly fell while putting on my socks. That moment scared me, not just for my body, but for my independence. A physical therapist specializing in older adults changed everything. She explained that the stretches I'd relied on for decades were now doing more harm than good. Instead, she taught me a 7-minute inside-out mobility sequence that respects aging joints and muscles while building strength and balance. Now, I can still kneel to pray, carry laundry upstairs, and tend my roses without pain. Here's how it works, step by step, no mats or gym required. 1. Shoulder circles. 30 seconds sit upright in a sturdy chair, arms relaxed by your sides. Make small, smooth circles with your shoulders. Forward for 15 seconds, then backward for 15 seconds. This warms your upper body, boosts circulation, and eases stiff shoulder joints, which often tighten overnight. 2. Seated marching. 1 minute stay seated and lift one knee at a time, as if marching gently. Go slowly, breathing deeply, for 1 minute. This activates your core, strengthens hip flexors, and sends blood flow to your legs, preparing them for the day. 3. Doorway chest expansion. 30 seconds stand in a doorway, hands on the frame at shoulder height. Gently lean forward until you feel a stretch across your chest. Hold for 30 seconds. This counteracts the rounded posture from years of caregiving, desk work, or hunching, opening your chest, and improving breathing. 4. Supported squats. 1 minute stand in front of a counter or sturdy chair back, holding lightly for balance. Bend your knees slightly, as far as feels comfortable, then return to standing. Repeat slowly for 1 minute. This strengthens your thighs and glutes, the powerhouse muscles that keep you independent. 5. Seated ankle circles. 2 minutes. 1 minute per foot. Sit again. Lift one foot, and slowly circle your ankle clockwise for 30 seconds, then counterclockwise for 30 seconds. Repeat with the other foot. These tiny movements improve ankle mobility, enhance balance, and help prevent falls, a leading cause of injury in older adults. 7 minutes, no pain, no floor work. The result? My joints feel lubricated, not achy. I carry groceries, lift my great-grandchildren, and move with confidence. My friend Beverly, 87, is another testament. She relied on a walker every morning, assuming it was her new normal. After 2 weeks of this sequence, she ditched the walker at home. "It's like my body remembered how to move," she said, her eyes sparkling. Tomorrow, before you rush to make breakfast or scroll your phone, try these 7 minutes. Think of it as a sacred ritual, a morning prayer for your body. You don't need to accept stiffness as inevitable. Your body still craves movement. It just needs warmth, rhythm, and a little love. 5. Fuel your strength with a protein-packed breakfast. What did you eat for breakfast today? A slice of toast with jam? A banana and coffee? Maybe a bowl of cereal? Now, here's a more important question. Did you feel energized an hour later, or were you reaching for another coffee, fighting a mid-morning slump? For years, I thought a light, sweet breakfast was the healthy choice for an aging body. I was wrong, and I paid the price with muscle loss, fatigue, and a weakness I couldn't explain. One simple change, rethinking when and how I eat protein, transformed my strength, energy, and independence. After age 60, your body faces something called anabolic resistance. Your muscles become less efficient at using protein to repair and grow, meaning you need more of it, and you need it at the right time. The most critical time. Within the first hour of waking. A 2021 study from Tufts University found that older adults who consumed 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at breakfast had stronger grip strength, better balance, and significantly slower muscle loss compared to those who spread their protein intake throughout the day. That morning protein dose is like flipping a switch, telling your muscles to wake up and thrive. Here's what my breakfast looks like now. 2 scrambled eggs, half a cup of cottage cheese, and a small cup of green tea. On warmer days, I might have Greek yogurt mixed with a scoop of protein powder, a handful of blueberries, and a sprinkle of walnuts. If I'm in a rush, a smoothie with whey protein, almond milk, a spoonful of collagen powder, and a frozen banana does the trick. Creamy, delicious, and easy on my stomach. The key is hitting that 25 to 30 gram protein target in one sitting, not nibbling it throughout the day. This concentrated dose fuels your muscles when they're most receptive, especially after your mobility sequence, which primes your body to absorb nutrients. My friend Grace, 91, is a shining example. A few years ago, she struggled to lift grocery bags, her arms trembling under the weight. Her doctor suggested more exercise, but the real issue was her breakfast: toast, fruit, and black coffee, no protein, no fuel. She started eating 2 eggs and a serving of Greek yogurt every morning. Within a month, she felt stronger, steadier, and more like herself. I didn't realize how much my body was starving for strength, she said. One tip: eat your protein after your mobility routine. Moving first increases blood flow to your muscles, making them more responsive to the protein you consume. And steer clear of high-sugar starts like sweet cereals, muffins, or fruit juices. They spike your blood sugar, crash your energy, and cloud your brain. You don't need a bodybuilder's diet or pricey supplements. Just real, whole foods at the right time. This isn't about weight or appearance. It's about feeding your independence. It's about carrying your groceries, reaching the top shelf, or scooping up a grandchild without hesitation. Tomorrow, before you sip that coffee or grab a pastry, ask yourself, am I feeding my strength or just my habit? Your muscles are still listening. Give them what they need. A life reclaimed, one morning at a time. There you have it. 5 simple, sacred practices to transform your mornings and, with them, your life. A glass of water to awaken your cells. 5 minutes in morning light to lift your spirit. 4 minutes to tend your mind's garden. 7 minutes of gentle movement to honor your body's wisdom. And a protein-packed breakfast to fuel your strength. No prescriptions, no gimmicks. Just small, powerful choices that add up to profound change. At 94, I still sweep my porch, write in my journal, and laugh loudly with my great-grandchildren. I climb the stairs to my bedroom without fear, tend my roses with ease, and face each day with clarity and joy. I'm not special. I've just learned to listen to my body and give it what it needs. You can too. You don't need to overhaul your life, just your mornings. Your body is still listening, your mind is still blooming, and your life is still worth showing up for with energy, grace, and purpose. Which of these habits will you try first tomorrow? Drop a comment below and share with the Lively Years community. I read every single one. And if you know a sister, friend, or neighbor who needs this message, pass it along. We're never too old to grow, never too late to feel vibrant. Let's reclaim our mornings, together. There you have it, my 5 simple morning practices that have kept me thriving at 94. Vibrant, independent, and full of life. I hope these habits inspire you to transform your mornings and, in turn, your days. What have you learned from this video that resonates with you? Maybe it's the life-changing glass of water, the power of morning light, or the strength from a protein-packed breakfast. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one thing you've learned and plan to bring into your life. Your story could inspire someone else in our Lively Years community. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, here's to gentle mornings, steady steps, and a heart full of light.